Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joshua and this is John. We're here in the Vine Center at Liberty University and I'm going to show off two of our camera rigs that we have here that we use for convocation and campus community, two of our biggest shows of the week.
Yeah, again, so my name is John, and real quick, we got here a Glidecam with red Komodo 24-105, a monitor, kind of help with the bouncing because it's very top heavy, some counterweights, and yeah, this whole setup's about 20 pounds. More on that later, but yeah, this is the Glidecam, and then over here we have a Steadicam.
Yeah, so this is my Steadicam that I run for campus community and convocation, and you can see it's a little bit bigger. We're running a broadcast camera up top. This is a Sony FB80 with wide-angle lens, and then basically the same principles. We've got cables that bring all of my image down to a monitor here, and then a wireless system that transmits it back to the control room so we can actually use it in the live broadcast show. Now, something, John, that we hear all the time is that these are gimbals. Like, people call them gimbals all the time. Oh, that's a nice gimbal. That looks good. That shot's going to look so good.
Literally just walking in. Oh,
right.
Nice gimbal.
Exactly, yeah. The security guy just said that to us. But what makes it different from a gimbal that we hear so often?
So the first thing we got here is there's no motors. This is completely manual. Both Glidecam and the Steadicam, they share that principle, and the fact that everything's balanced around a center point. And so that center point is usually about right here. It's just below the gimbal head here, and that allows for the fluidity of your shots. Some people might term gimbals as a little bit more sterile. There are motors, and a good gimbal operator can make it look really nice, but there's something about perhaps the intentional human error that makes a Glidecam and a Steadicam more attractive in certain scenarios.
Yeah, for really quick run and gun scenarios you see all the time on social media and on like social media sites and stuff, you see gimbals being used. But like you just said, there's absolutely no motors in either of these rigs. So that means that the human, the person, the operator is the one controlling it at all times. And that makes it really important for like a live broadcast scenario. You don't want your batteries dying on what's holding up a massive camera right in the middle of the show. Sometimes you see systems like that, but typically with a camera, especially as big as this FB80, you really don't see gimbals that can hold that much weight for that amount of time. But a human can. Yeah, so let's talk about like why are you using this setup for tonight?
Yeah, so one of the things I've been doing is I've been getting shots for our future purposes, really high quality raw shots that we can use for future projects like a new open, and these are things that this very compact package can get quickly. It's a little more run and gun. It does get heavy after a while, but I don't need to go for hours.
Right.
However, the types of shots I can get from this, a Glidecam is more advantageous for it because over a gimbal, just because it looks a bit more real, it looks a bit more raw, and it looks more broadcasty because of the Steadicam, because of dollies. That's what we're used to seeing, but it doesn't look motorized. And I can mount a pretty heavy setup on this. I couldn't do this on a gimbal.
Right. Yeah.
And I still get the image quality.
Yeah. This is a red Komodo. It's a small cinema camera, but it still is a cinema camera.
Yeah.
And right, like what you were just saying, is all of our broadcast shots are done on cameras like this. We've got a dolly, we've got a steady, we've got a jib, and that kind of gives the convocation campus community look a certain like kind of broadcasty feel. So if you were to come in and say, hey, we need new shots for our open or a behind the scenes video or something, and you were to use a gimbal or you were to go like fully handheld, it would kind of mess with the look that we're going for, right?
Especially when you go from Steadicam, where typically it's very high, multiple digit price tag,
right?
And then we go to a 3-digit gimbal,
right?
It looks, especially again, operator. There's definitely some operators who can make gimbals look good. However, there is that higher level of attention to detail to make sure that we don't see the motors jerk. We don't see the autofocus mess up, because you can't control focus like when you're doing this. All your attention is given to your shot.
Yeah.
I think this is, especially for someone starting out, even Instagram, YouTube, like this can be a really great tool over a gimbal, and it's a lot cheaper too. But again, what's your use case?
Yeah, so that's just what we wanted to share today, guys. There's a choice and there's a difference between different camera systems that you choose. So next time you go out to film a video, maybe it's your backyard or it's for a big event like this or a big concert or something, just be conscious of the camera choice that you have with your lens and your camera, but then also the system that you're using. Why are you using that certain system? Is it going to tell the story better, or is it just going to be a cool shot? Thanks for joining us, guys.